Hey there, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm working on a December album and I'll take you through the process of creating a page. I'm using papers from the Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year paper pad. And I'm going to start by putting a date, I think, on the journaling card. Again, I started this a long time ago, and so some things were already done, and then I decided to finish this album this year. So this is from December 2019 actually, and there are cut files that I keep reusing. I hardly had to design anything for this album because I've been making mini albums for years, and I just reuse elements from these albums in the various other albums. There's actually a similar album, not as elaborate as this one that I made for 2018, just mostly pockets and belly bands, but it is 5x5, but it works in a very similar fashion, except that the pages now for this album are a little more elaborate, and I made them 6x6 size. So here I am going to create some flaps that will flap open, or that you can flip open. And I went ahead and with my silhouette, I cut the shape that I need for this from the pattern paper, and then I ran my sewing machine along the edge to give this the red outline there. It's a stitched line. And then I'm gluing everything down, and there is a tiny little hole that I need to pay attention to, because that is where the eyelet will go, so that I can have, it's like an envelope mechanism, closing mechanism that I'm putting on this page, and then I can tuck things behind those flaps. So even though it's only November, I thought I'd start with this to show you this Christmas project, so to get you started with some inspiration if you like. And again, I've been working with these kinds of mini albums for Christmas for quite a while, but I'm making this a little more elaborate rather than just only pockets and belly bands. So here I'm preparing to put the eyelets in, and the eyelets will fasten those little paper rings, cardstock rings, to each flap. So I have to push those eyelets. The hole is a teensy tiny bit smaller than the eyelet, so I have to push it in, but I prefer it this way because then it doesn't wiggle around, and it just it works perfectly. So I've done it many times with this, and so now I just need to do this with a hammer and this tool that I have. I fasten the eyelet to the paper, but before I do that, I also already add the string that I want to have that closing mechanism with. So it's baker's twine, and here I'm working with a hammer, and it just takes a few smashes down, a few beats, I guess, and then I'm done with that part, and I can attach the flaps. So with everything that I design when I make mini albums and stuff, I always make sure I have these flaps that or these glue strips where I can put glue or adhesive, because I don't like to just adhere everything directly, like just a flat piece of paper onto the page, especially for something like this where it's supposed to flip open. So I guess I didn't put any paper on the inside, but that wasn't necessary really, because only the outside is usually visible, because I probably won't even need to open and close it, because it's just it has a wide gap in the middle, and so things can be tucked underneath there and still show from underneath there. So now I'm deciding I just wanted it to go over cross rather than straight, and so now I can put down the paper, and I marked it where is the up So because I feel that paper still is directional, and so I marked where I should, how I should put it down. And so with this, I put down or glue down the flaps first, because I want those, the glue strips to be covered by the paper. And then the photo gets a photo mat, and then it can be tucked in there. But again, I probably won't need that closing mechanism, because I can just easily slide in and out the paper. And then I'm on to the next page. And so I already stamped the number 12. I'm not going day by day with this album. I'm just scrapping days that I actually took pictures or had something going on. And here, this is, you see the tree, a pocket that is lined with trees. I got this from this edge from, I think it's a pear tree, Sarah Gleason, December Daily. It was a digital file, but I just traced it in my silhouette and then used it to create this pocket. So most of my pockets have some sort of design, and I create the pockets, and then I add the little extra design to the pocket to make it look Christmassy and look a little nicer than just bland, boring pockets. I'm sure I will be sharing cut files from this album, but whatever cut file I'll be sharing, obviously I won't be using designs that I used from others to create my elements for this page, even if it's partially designed by myself. For example, the pockets I make myself, but not the edge for that pocket. So because of that, obviously I wouldn't be sharing this kind of pocket as a freebie. I wouldn't feel that is right to use other people's designs and share them then as freebies. So anyway, whatever I share is all completely designed by myself and has no part from other designs that exist, that other designers have designed. So these are some flowers. I got a lot more die cut elements now that I didn't have in 2019, and so I'm just, instead of doing flowers from my silhouette, I have a bunch of Christmas flowers like poinsettias and stuff in my silhouette library, but it's kind of easier for me to just use my die cuts if I want to make a quick element there. And this paper pack doesn't come with any elements, and so I'm happy to just use some stamps. Then I have these, I cut them out years ago, just bland shapes that are label shapes, and then I stamp on them. So this is the 2 pages for this spread, and I'm going to leave you with some close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.